Hey, so you may have noticed this isn't an episode of Dystropia. What we're doing is we all decided after that very long and kind of taxing session for New Pittsburgh that we were going to take a little bit of a break before getting back to the main campaign. So we are going to be giving you several one-shots. This first one's going to be Bird Crimes, and we got another one planned coming up for you real soon. So we're going to be getting back to Dystropia, don't worry, but we are going to be taking a little sidestep into these one shots for a little bit just to help ourselves retain those creative juices and help things flow the way we'd like them. So thank you for your understanding, and we hope you enjoy these one shots that we've done. We really had a lot of fun doing it, and it was a blast. So we'll see you later with the main campaign, but for now, enjoy these one shots.
We meet Anton, who is currently on board a flight from JFK to Heathrow in a single whirlwind trip. He and someone he barely knows are smuggling 7 parrots. Problem is, all of these parrots are wanted criminals. They have to do this because they owe a strange man a terrifying amount of money. They need to pay off the debts that they've accrued. We find Anton slyly going around the plane, making sure all of the parrots are in the right locations. There's Rosie, bright red parrot, scarred, wanted for arson. Uno, the handsome yellow one, who's wanted for vandalism. Percy, the green and massive one, who's well known for impersonating public officials. Richard, gray, tall, key witness in an ongoing trial against the son of the very strange man. Macaroni, one-eyed, pink, and wanted for grand theft auto. Winnie, who's pale and expensive, and is really good at forgery. And Heather, blue, violent, wanted for mail fraud. You've snuck them all into the appropriate places that you remember. Cockpits, overhead compartments in first class, coach, bathroom, cargo bay. They're all there. And Anton starts heading back to his seat next to Kade, the partner he's been working with on this flight.
Alright, Kade. Birds are still in their places.
That's good. I'm really just waiting for the stewardess to come along. I could really use a ginger ale right now. This is gonna be a fun one. Don't you say, hey?
Oh, jeez. Is this your first job?
Oh no, no. I've done many other kinds of jobs in the past. This is just one in a lineup. I really like ginger ale. Maybe you're more of like a Coke or a Pepsi or a Fanta or like a Sprite guy. I don't get why you'd want any of those when ginger ale's on the table, but if that's your fancy, you're more than welcome to have it. Now there's this one time I'm just gonna ramble and prattle on.
Listen, old man. Do you hear my voice?
Yes, I do hear your voice.
Do you hear my stereotypical Russian accent?
Yes, it's minorly offensive.
I only drink one thing.
Vodka.
And I slyly show him the plastic flask of vodka that I smuggled into this plane that's hidden in my thick leather belt.
Anton, I lean in a little closer. You do know that's illegal to sneak alcohol past TSA, right?
You're a smuggler!
I just give him a flat look for about 5 seconds, and then I like this funny man.
And as you would chuckle and finish saying that to yourself, you hear the intercom, and the captain starts speaking.
Passengers, this is your captain. We're heading into some minor turbulence for just a moment. Things might get a little rough, so we're turning on the fasten your seatbelt sign. Please stay in your seats, and we'll get through in just a few minutes.
I rapidly buckle my
fasten your
seatbelt.
seatbelt sign turns on, goes.
I rapidly buckle my seatbelt and grip onto the armrests.
Scared of a little turbulence, my friend?
Shut up, old man.
Now that's not in my blood. It's not my nature. Now you'll have to tell me. This is quite interesting for someone like you. You seem to be very, very dour and confident. And but you're scared of a little bumpy air?
The plane starts shaking a little bit as
I
the
don't have
clouds
to
outside
tell you
look like you're
anything.
flying right into some darker clouds.
I don't have to tell you anything. Few more hours and we are done. We do not have to be friends.
Well, why not? If we're going to be stuck here together, might as well have some fun with it. We're going to be sitting on this plane for who knows how long, a couple hours to get from here to there. Like, oh, come on, we can have some good times. I got a deck of cards. You like cards?
Every time I make friends, I end up owing more money. I do not know how it happens, but it always happens.
There's a big bump in the airplane as the turbulence picks up a little bit, and some of the cards start scattering a little bit. Looking around, you see a couple of the passengers are looking a little concerned as the clouds outside look very dark.
Oh, geez, no, I'm such a klutz sometimes. This is honestly a mistake. Mine just comes, you get a little bit older, like your fingers you don't have that kind of grip strength like you used to. Anyways, I'm like leaning, like sliding through the seatbelt, trying to like reach one of the cards with the toe of my shoe.
The lights flicker for just a moment. They flicker again, and suddenly...
Is this a...
What?
Is this a flicker within the plane, or a flicker outside the plane like lightning?
No, this is a flicker in the plane, but the flickering of the plane happens very quickly and continues for just a moment as the turbulence gets really intense for a moment. Suddenly, the lights go out and the shaking just rocks the plane, and you hear the crashing of all of the luggage everywhere. You hear noises everywhere. You hear people yelling and getting really confused. You hear maybe a metal cage crash. What was that? You hear a lot of noises while the lights are all out as people yell and get confused, and everything just sounds like it's being strewn about everywhere. And it stays like that for a bit until the turbulence dies down a bit, and the lights still out suddenly flick back on, and the captain says,
Sorry about that, folks. We had a slight little bit of turbulence, but everything's all right fine, I believe now. So, we're still making our way to Heathrow. We've got 2 hours left in this flight, so now that the turbulence is over, we'll be turning the fasten your seatbelt sign off, and you are free to move around the cabin again to make sure that all of your collections and everything are A-okay.
You have 2 hours.
Captain,
Good luck.
Captain is not... No, sorry. Captain is wrong. This is not alright, not fine. We need to find birds. I unbuckle my seatbelt and stand up. You check back of plane, I check front of plane.
Oh, we're splitting the party.
Okay, Anton, maybe. And I stand up with him, like size up my belt, trying to pretend I need to use the bathroom. Whenever I get close to him, maybe if we don't talk so loud about our friends in public, this will go smoother.
As you say that, you actually look on the row across, and you do notice a really big guy with a clipboard and a pen, and he's kind of looking at you, and he's writing something down. He's wearing glasses and a bowler hat.
Ooh, I see the guy, and I just ha ha ha. I talk about metaphorical bird, not real bird. Ha ha.
He kind
there
of
are no bird.
He kind of nods at you and continues writing in his little book as he fumbles for his phone.
I go, okay, well, I head off to the bathroom. I pretend to need to use it, but I also need to check on my friend in there. I need to make sure he hasn't taken the batteries out of the smoke alarm in there, because, the one in there seems to be keen on vandalism, if I'm supposed to know the thing you gave me.
Ooh, I do have a question.
Yeah,
we know this information, or do we just think they're normal birds?
Oh no, you know the information in the 2 screenshots that I posted at the bottom there.
Cool.
Which for the viewers, that would be who the birds are and where they are stowed currently.
Okay. Before I follow after Kade, the man fumbling for his phone.
He found his phone.
I just stand in the aisle and I look down at his phone, very conspicuously, very obviously, trying to look at what he's doing with his phone.
He seems to be pulling up the camera app. You gonna do anything quickly?
Interesting. I grab his phone.
Okay. You are going to make a first roll. Yay. Let's make a precise roll. Please roll 1d20.
Okay. I rolled a 7, which is under 15.
All right, you grab the phone.
Precise level.
And this big man, who's almost as big as you, looks up at the phone and he yells, "Hey!" He stands up and faces directly towards you. "Give me back my phone! I was trying to open up I was gonna talk with you."
This man tried to use phone. Airplane fall from sky if man use phone.
It's in airplane mode. I was just trying to get the video open so I could finish making my documentary.
This man tried to kill us all. I snap the phone in half.
Dang.
They all right. The air marshal sees the commotion and starts walking towards both of you.
Wait, both?
As he brushes past Kade and starts walking towards Anton and this large man.
See, I'm just gonna mutter to myself as he brushes by, oh, sorry, excuse me. What are the odds? There's not very many of those guys on planes. Keep making my way towards the bathroom.
All right. You do reach the bathroom, and the little thing says occupied on it.
I glance around really quickly. Does it look like anyone's paying attention to me?
No one's paying attention to you. There's a kid on his tablet, and you see a carton of you see a cart that has a bunch of trays of nachos on it, but it doesn't. This plane's actually relatively empty.
Okay, cool.
Because it was a red eye flight, and
yeah. Yeah, no. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna take the hotel key card from the Marriott I was staying at and use that to just like really quickly just pop the latch of the door so I can slide on in.
What if it is occupied? No.
Can you do that?
Probably a precise roll.
I don't know. I'm not. All I know about airplane bathrooms is you cannot disable the smoke detectors. That is a violation of federal law or regulations.
Okay, I will.
I'm operating under the assumption that if we stuck a freaking bird in the bathroom, we were gonna lock the door.
I'm sorry. I don't think the card's gonna cut it.
Hey, that's fine. Okay, cool. I'll just wait around a little bit and just hang out then.
All right. And while you're waiting around, we'll cut quickly back to Anton and the man and the air marshal who has walked up and said, "What's going on here?" The man speaks up first. He adjusts his glasses. He says, "I'm an investigative journalist, and I'm trying to make a documentary, and this man I was just about to interview has broken my phone."
This man tried to make phone call. Airplane fall from sky, kill us all.
The air marshal sighs. He goes, "Oh, that's just a myth. Phones don't actually mess with airplanes."
I in plane crash when I young. I do not want to be in second plane crash.
Okay, well, I mean, you've already survived one, and so clearly that's not an issue for you. Listen, I don't care. Stop the fighting. I'm like 3 days from retirement. I'm done with this. Sir, pay him for his phone.
I pull out. This is one of the items that I established beforehand that I have. I pull out my empty wallet and show that it is empty. And I say, if airline propagate fake lie about cell phones killing us all, airline will pay for his cell phone.
The large man, he kind of holds up his hand. He's like, "Okay, what if we strike a deal? If I can interview you and work with you for this documentary," he pulls out. He's got he goes, "Hang on." He reaches into his bag and he pulls out like a backup, like what would it be, like a voice recorder kind of thing? How would you frame that?
There's the handheld recorder.
Yeah, like the handheld recorder that he's got. He pulls that out and he goes, if you let me make this documentary and work with you a bit, we can forget about the phone and you won't get arrested by the air marshal. The air marshal just like shakes his head. He's like, "Whatever."
Air marshal no arrest me. Air marshal arrest you for making plane crash.
Sir, I may have to, like, I don't know. What can I do? Can I detain you? Yeah, I can detain you. I don't care. I'm almost retired. Sir, you'll have to be detained if you help this guy, I guess.
I'm just like rocking back and forth next to the bathroom, hands clasped in front of me, pretending I have to pee.
I no make trouble, but I no do documentary. And I sit back down in my seat.
The guy goes, "Okay, well, I'm just going to make my documentary anyway." The air marshal just sighs and he goes back to where he was standing before near the bathroom. And the guy opens up the camcorder and he goes, "My name is Brett Bretson, and I'm making this documentary." And he looks over dramatically at you on animal smuggling. All right, we'll cut back over to Kade. No one has come out of the bathroom, and now there's an air marshal relatively nearby.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you here? Were you here in front of me before you had to go deal with whatever it was?"
Shakes his head. He goes, "Nope."
Okay. Did you see anyone go in here?
No, I think I haven't seen anyone go in or out like the whole flight.
Good heavens.
It's weird. I think someone would have to go to the bathroom, but no, not my problem.
Yeah. Could I like flag down like a flight attendant?
Yeah. One of flight attendant walks over.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yeah, what do you need?"
I'm so sorry to bother you, and I know it's really early in the flight, and I really should have made sure to use the lavatory before I got on the plane, but like I just have to go. I've knocked on here a couple of times. This gentleman says he hasn't noticed anyone here. Is there a reason why this bathroom is locked?
Oh, that's weird. If no one's in there, it shouldn't be locked.
Yeah. Do you have maybe a key or whatever in case to get in there that like we could use?
She fumbles around with she pulls out a couple of keys from her pocket and she knocks, She goes, is anyone in there? You hear a muffled scraw. Sir, are you okay? There's no response. And she unlocks the door. She goes, she peers in. Okay, no one's in here.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'd like rush in there, like already dealing with the belt, shut the door behind me and lock it, and look up to wherever on earth we hid Uno and just glare at him.
Yeah, you have stuffed him like in a compartment that's just up there, and he's sitting in his cage.
It's like obviously visible.
Yeah, he's looking at you. He goes,
"How bad are we at our jobs? Good heavens!"
You said you locked the door.
Touche.
Yeah, I thought you planned this from the start.
I also wasn't planning on the air marshal needing to pee at the same time as me.
He didn't need to.
Yeah, touche. Gosh, I like whisper to the bird. I'm like, "Are you okay with everything?" Okay, we're gonna find a better place for you.
While you think about that, we can cut back to Anton.
Yes.
And the guy who's now got his camcorder and his handheld camcorder, and it's pointed directly on Anton. He goes, so I overheard this guy and his friend talking about animal smuggling. And as a journalist making this documentary, it is my duty to get to the bottom of it and to uncover the wild and mysterious world of animal smuggling. Sir, what are you smuggling? Because I heard you talk about it with your friend.
I look him in the eye and I say, I am smuggling 2, and then I flip him the bird with both hands.
The big man starts walking down the aisle towards the bathroom.
My goodness.
Get up and walk in the same direction.
Okay, he reaches the bathroom just a little bit before you do. And now I'm going to be nice and assume here that you relocked the bathroom door. I don't know if...
Of course.
So he knocks on the door.
Occupied. Give me a minute.
You're scrap.
Like, shut up, bird. I'm nice to everyone else, but you're being a pain in my butt. You should make one more noise. I'm shoving you behind the toilet paper.
And the journalist goes, did you hear that squawk? Maybe there's a bird in there. He's like pointing the camcorder towards him. And at that moment, Anton arrives.
Why are you trying to record man's pooping sounds? Are you weird pervert man?
The only thing that's perverted here is the truth about the wild world of animal smuggling.
I think recording man's pooping sounds is definitely more perverted.
Are there...
Well, you're wrong.
In the bathroom, are there any like cabinets or compartments or anything I could move Uno from being out in the open to a more concealed area?
No.
There's like no like cupboard or whatever for extra toilet paper under the sink or anything like that?
No.
Oh, fudge.
It's a pretty plain bathroom.
Okay, I look at Uno and I whisper to him like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because if you make any more noise, we're screwed. And there's like 6 people apparently who need to use this bathroom. So I'm gonna open his cage, I'm gonna tuck him in my jacket. If you bite me, I will sit on you.
Make a precise roll.
Okay, I've got a 13, so okay-ish odds. That's a 9.
You gently take Uno, who is not... He's staring at you intently. You gently take Uno, and you put him where?
I'm gonna like tuck him inside my coat, because like I'm a fashionable older middle-aged gentleman. I've got myself my nice travel blazer.
Yes.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, I forgot. You could have rolled 2D for that.
Oh, it's all good. I forgot too. So yeah, no, like I'm gonna tuck him in there, and I'm gonna like I'll flush the toilet, and I'm gonna like turn on the sink, splash a little bit of water like on myself, and then like be like wiping, like trying to wipe it off as I leave, and like just like as I open the door and just like it's like I'm so sorry. It's embarrassing, really. As you get older, you lose control of yourself a little bit, and just like trying to like hurry past everyone, just embarrassed that I've got myself wet.
The journalist throws open the door to the bathroom, and he starts pointing the camcorder everywhere. He's like, I swear I heard a bird that was here. He points it back to Anton. He's like, where's the bird?
I fake a stumble. Oh, turbulence. And I try to knock his camcorder and voice recorder into the toilet.
Make a powerful roll.
Okay, that's also 15 for me. And I rolled a 19, so I failed that one.
You
It's weird being sad about high numbers on a d20.
Ooh. Okay, interesting. You miss and you fall, and there's a loud thud as you just hit the floor. And, oh my goodness, that's the worst. Sorry. This loud I cannot believe it. This is the worst outcome.
Oh no.
I'll have to explain
Is there a
later.
mechanic that decides the outcomes?
What?
Is there a mechanic that decides the outcomes?
Yes.
Ooh.
And as there's this loud thud, you kind of hit your head a bit, like on the sink. And it's
Oh no.
you also at the same time you fall onto the guy and like jam your elbow like onto his soft shoe. And both of you in pain as these two large men kind of like hops up and down, you like hit the floor and you're both yelling. And from all across the plane,
This man try to kill me. Pervert man attack me.
you swear
Pervert man
you hear a
attack
couple
me.
of scraws, and the air marshal
Oh, no.
looks really confused and starts heading down towards the cargo bay.
Oh no. Which direction is the entrance to the cargo bay, I guess? Does he have to come past us?
He is at this point he's like next to you, and he is starting to walk to the back of the plane.
Okay, so he's gonna pass me before he gets there.
You have kind of passed everyone else. You're kind of heading. You guys are like kind of in the back third of the plane. You guys were sitting like in the middle.
Okay. Okay.
You
okay,
are
okay,
like
okay.
back in the middle.
Okay.
Uno has kind of scuffled a bit inside of your coat
As the air
yells
marshals-
and the second turbulence.
As the air marshal starts to walk past me, I say, Air marshal, this pervert man attack me. This pervert man, angry man, please arrest him.
Make a charming roll.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I have a 6 for charming, so give me low numbers. 5!
Dang.
The air marshal looks at you and he looks at the man and he goes, and he pulls out handcuffs. He's like, I don't care. I'm 3 days from retiring. Sir, hands behind your back. This
is
air
what
marshal
man
does
gets
have
for
handcuffs,
recording
yes.
pooping noises.
As this is all going on, I make it back to the seat, and I'm going to lean down, and I'm gonna see if I can't fit Uno inside of Richard's cage under my seat.
You don't sit
Or do I not?
next to Richard.
Okay.
It's
So
he's under a
under
different seat
someone
nearby,
else's
not
seat?
yours.
Okay. Cool. In that case,
In fact, where he is stowed, he is you know he is underneath the seat of another guy who's sitting there with a trench coat.
okay. So he's sitting underneath the seat of 3 goblins in a trench coat. No. Okay. Gosh, what do we do? I'm curious because I'm reviewing the list of where we've stowed everyone. We had some time.
Percy and Richard are both in coach. They're
Yes, they're in overhead
not like
compartments.
directly under your seats, but they're you can see Percy as well. Like there's a family of 6, and you know that he is stored like above them, kind of. They're kind of spread out, but you know that he's stored above kind of where they are. You can also always take a look around to see what's
Yes, that is. I want to like as I go back to my seat, I want to just take a look around. One question though, previous. The suspicious man in glasses and a bowler hat, is he the same man as the trench coat or a different person?
This is a different person.
Okay.
The large man in the glasses and bowler hat, he's been arrested.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
And Anton, you can head back to Kate if you want as well.
Okay, yeah, cool.
If I have the opportunity, I want to go back and check on the cargo bay.
But you're splitting up again?
'Cause- No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, it's just like as Anton comes over, be like, maybe laying low will be our best policy to make it through this.
I think you are not so stupid, old man, after all. I think I will listen to you.
Good, well, because there's definitely a lot of wisdom. I'm going to tell you, one time I was flying from Miami all the way back to Toledo. And good heavens, let me tell you about this. I had my wife with me at the time. I guess she's my ex-wife now. It's a much longer story. I'll tell you about it another time. But man, she would not shut up.
I think old man misunderstood. I will listen to your advice, not your stories.
Do you have a different seat? Because if you're stuck next to me, you're probably going to be listening to my stories. Let me tell you, there was this other time I met a guy, kind of like you. He was in a sports bar. We were watching a Seahawks game. It wasn't going very well for either of us.
I think we should check on other birds.
You feel Uno shuffle in your coat.
Stroke him through my coat. I guess, I don't know.
He doesn't.
Petting a
That
bird.
doesn't calm him down.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
You looking around a bit. You see, you see the guy in the trench coat above where Richard is. There's a kid by themselves who's just like kind of watching you, like really confused and quizzical. The aforementioned family of 6 above whom is Percy. And there's nothing else really of interest except for like a large cooler that's near one of the seats and a bag of plastic forks.
What the TSA for this flight sucked. Not only did we smuggle
take a sip of my
7
vodka.
effing birds onto this plane. Good night.
So earlier, when you said there was a crash of a cage, with the turbulence, where did that sound? What direction did that sound come from?
Indiscriminate.
Okay, so
There was a lot of other noise happening.
old man. Earlier, we heard a sound of cage crashing. I think we should check on other bird.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
As the GM, I think
I
you
am
should
not-
put this bird away first.
Yeah.
Maybe we can put bird with other bird. I am not good at tell lie. I need you to come with me.
Okay, well, here's the real question. Where do we wanna put Uno? Do we wanna put him down in the cargo bay? Seems like a lot of stuff to go wrong, but I don't have a better idea than that.
Maybe we put with overhead compartment with Vinny. Seems like good place to easily get bird.
True, but we're gonna need some kind of distraction to make sure that no one's paying attention while I take a bird out of my freaking I take a yellow bird out of my jacket and shove it in an overhead bin. No offense to you, Uno, you're a very handsome bird.
The man in the trench coat quickly looks over and, kind of lingering on his look, he slowly looks back and continues to like stare out the window.
I know that look. That's the I'm eavesdropping on conversations around me. I've done that look.
Hello, man with trench coat.
He looks
Oh,
over
no.
and goes, "Me?
Yes, I like your jacket. My friend like your jacket.
It is true.
Do
It's a
you
very
like my
fashionable.
friend?
Oh, thank you.
Do you like my friend jacket?
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's a good jacket.
How good do you like it?
Fairly good. Here, take it. Take it off. Could I take a look at it?
He goes, "Oh, friend, I would love to. I get the reason I bring this jacket is because I get really cold in airplanes. They have the AC cranked up all the way and the air is always moving. And like I made sure when I specifically bought this at that outlet mall in Wisconsin that I would get one that was thick enough yet also fashionable that I could wear around, but it would keep me warm. And so like I don't know, like not maybe once we land, I would love to talk with you. We could like swap like cards or wherever where we got them because like I don't want to rob you of such a beautiful coat, and I don't necessarily think that like you should rob me of such a beautiful coat.
It's fine. Okay. All right. Jeez. He looks back. He's like, okay. So
Let me. But I like your jacket. Can I look at tag of your jacket?
at the tag.
Yes, I come over and I pretend like I'm looking for the tag at like the bottom hem, but I'm actually just inspecting the cage of which one is that of Richard down there.
Yeah. Make a precise roll.
Okay. 7, so I succeed.
All right. Yeah. You kind of. He's like awkwardly looking away, but like you're on the floor, like looking at the tag at the bottom of his coat, and also looking, and you see Richard, who is staring intently at you.
I give him a look and I put my finger on my lips,
And
but
you're-
he's still in the cage, right?
Yeah, he's still in the cage, and as you do that, you hear Richard go, "Okay."
Oh, okay. Yes, I say okay.
The man in the coat looks down at you. He's like, "What was that?"
I like to say okay 4 times. I do not find tag of jacket.
Move over. I want to see what's down in there.
I say, no, sorry, and I'm gonna like stand up and I'm gonna go over. Like you'll have to like put my hands on Anton. Like you'll have to excuse my friend. He's not from this country, but also like I'm gonna lean over. It's like
You hear the announcement go.
Passengers, just letting you know that there's about 90 minutes left until our flight lands.
I like lean in. And I'm like, he's not all quite right in the head. Like that like schizophrenia.
Let
little
me
thing.
see
Like,
jacket, and I start trying to take the jacket off the man.
Anton, you can't take the nice man's jacket.
I want to
This
see
is powerful,
jacket.
and I think this is actually difficult, or it's audacious. Roll a 2d20.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 13 for the first roll.
Roll the other one.
And the other one was a 15, so that matches my score. Is that a success or failure?
That is a success, just barely.
Yee.
And
Yes.
you take his coat?
I take it off of him.
Okay, all right.
And I'm sorry, I'm so clumsy. And I like drop it onto the ground, covering Richard's cage. And I say, here, oh, let me see friend's jacket. And I try to take Cade's jacket off while keeping the bird concealed and put that onto the floor with Richard's cage.
You gonna what?
Anton, do you resist?
Or Cade?
Sorry, Kade, do you resist?
Oh gosh.
Friend Cade, give me jacket. Trust me.
I do what I can to assist him so it goes smoothly and, I don't know, literally chuck Uno under my seat or something?
No. I'm trying to keep Uno in the jacket. I'm doing a little shuffle up to get both birds in the same cage.
Okay, cool, yeah. PCI language, it's great. Yeah, cool, I go along with it.
Dude, with him trying to help me, does it make the roll any easier?
Well, you're the one doing the action.
I'm just not being an obstacle.
This is definitely a deceive. So I need Anton to make a charming roll.
Should have been me.
So, since I'm using an item that was established that is had, which is his jacket, do I get to roll 2?
You may roll 2.
Thank goodness. 16 for the first one. Let's hope the other one. It's a 5! Yes!
And, why don't you describe it?
I grab the jacket in a way that wraps part of it around Uno, and as I pull the rest of it off, and then I bring it down with the other jacket and reach my hand under, open the cage, and shove Uno in the cage and close it. And then while I have the two jackets on the ground, I say, "Oh, I am so clumsy. I am so clumsy. Here, which jacket you want?"
Both of them.
No. And I
want both jackets.
I give him.
He reaches down to grab both of them.
No, okay. I have to apologize.
I grab his.
Can I have my jacket back,
sorry,
sir? As I said, I get cold.
Yeah, I think I'll take them both.
Why are you gonna take them both, huh? It's not like we're in freaking grade school anymore.
For the trauma you caused me.
Trauma? Friend, you don't know the half of trauma. See, I had a cousin down in Florida when they got hit with Sandy. Was it Florida that got hit by Sandy? I forget. I'm a little bit older.
I don't think so.
No, it definitely wasn't, now that I think about it. I've had friends through hurricanes.
As Cade covers for me, I make sure to wrap the big old trench coat all the way around the cage, and I stand up, holding the cage in my arms, with the trench coat wrapped all the way around it, and I say, "You will keep friend's jacket. You will not argue because I am scary, you Russian man."
He goes, fine, whatever. Just go away.
Now it is too hot for a jacket. I must put this in overhead compartment.
As you walk away, he gets down on the ground and he tries looking under the seat.
I just approach him. I'm like, "Sir," like I just get it. And just like, "Sir, I am so sorry for Ren." Like I was trying to explain, he's not quite all right in the head. He doesn't exactly make, the best decisions. I pull like $5 out of my wallet. I'm like, "Sorry for the troubles that he's caused. Like, here's this for you."
It's all right. I don't make great decisions either. He looks off wistfully out the window.
Why don't you tell me a little bit of stuff? And I'm like, is there like an open seat next to him?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna like sidle into the seat next to him. And like, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself, friend? We got a little bit longer in this plane, and my friend just ran off.
All my life, I wanted to be a smuggler. But alas, I became a business person.
That's almost the same thing. I guess that's more sales than anything else.
Haha.
But yeah, no.
Can you imagine the life of intrigue and stealth and all of these other things? I just wish it could be mine.
Ooh, like lean back in the seat, like spread my legs out a little bit, and it's just like, man, I could never. I think my heart would give out, honestly. Like, I'm like, my doctor's prescribed me so many various medications for my cholesterol, my other cholesterol, the heart problems, man. I would probably pass out and die if I had to do that kind of work, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Say no, though, it'd be quiet.
He's not really paying attention to you anymore.
Perfect. I'm just gonna like kind of prattle on for another like maybe like 10 minutes, referencing like various movies I've seen with smugglers, and like eventually getting to like, but man, if you were caught, man, I would imagine if you were Harrison Ford in the future, that would have been that'd be an interesting life to lead, and just kind of prattle on for their 10 or 15 minutes, and then excuse myself to go back to my seat, and for excuse of like a book or water or something.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm walking around with the trench coat wrapped around the cage that has Richard and Uno in it, and I walk over to the overhead compartment with Winnie, and I open it up to check and see if Winnie's cage is still shut.
Okay, well, why don't I, since you're walking into first class, why don't I paint the scene a little bit?
Yeah.
There's as you kind of like walk past the curtain that they have separating the animals from the upper class, there's immediately upon you entering, there's an air steward just looking at you, and it feels like they know instantly that you don't belong here. And you hear a guy on his phone. He must be using that fancy air cell service. There's an old lady, and she's like drinking some wine, and she's looking at you with interest, and she's also looking at the guy on his phone with interest. And there's also a bottle of champagne and some duty-free perfume on a cart nearby. And as you walk in, the air steward goes, Sir, you're not allowed up here.
I am not staying up here. I just need to look for an overhead compartment.
Sir, your overhead compartment is back where you belong.
I am sorry, I do not speak English. And I keep walking.
Sir.
I just keep walking.
The air steward runs past the curtain down the plane.
And the air steward is ran forward or ran back?
Ran back.
Like towards me?
So
towards the tail of the plane?
Yeah, towards coach, the bathroom, etc.
I'm just gonna trust that my compatriot is going to take care of that and keep doing what I'm doing.
I don't know if your compatriot knows, but go on. You know that Winnie is stored just above the guy who's on the phone.
I'm just gonna hope that my compatriot sees a running stewardess and assumes that I did something stupid.
I mean, from the last 20 minutes,
that's just
pretty
basic
accurate.
Pattern recognition. I walk over to where Winnie is stored, and I open the overhead compartment.
And immediately, with a loud scraw and a bunch of feathers spewing out from the compartment, out comes Winnie, the pale and expensive bird from the cupboard.
Oh gosh. Can I catch him?
That depends. You want to let go of the trench coat?
Can I catch him with one hand?
We can lose a bird.
Don't think so. By the way, I'm because of really bad circumstances, the first number of the gun has been marked off.
Oh,
how does the gun work?
Anytime a bird escapes, one of the sections of the gun gets filled out.
Gotcha.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So here's the question. I mean, like, we're active smugglers, and I'm kind of on alert. Would I notice reasonably a steward just hustling by when there's nothing going on in the back?
Yes, because you're not doing anything at the moment, and you didn't follow Anton.
Alrighty.
You do have a moment to react before the steward runs past you.
I'm gonna yawn and stretch and try and trip the guy.
Make a precise roll. In fact, make 2.
Difficult?
I think this is pretty audacious. You're trying to trip the air steward.
16. Unfortunately, above 13.
Oh.
Tis a failure.
Yeah. So what happens is, hang on, I need to make another roll here quickly. The bad roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank goodness it wasn't the bad. Wow, but that's also not great. As you stretch out, your leg, you kind of are a bit slow. Actually, it turns into a yawn for real. And you kind of forget that you're stretching your leg out as the steward runs past you.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that you hear Scraw! And Winnie bursts from behind the first class curtain and starts flying around in coach.
I stand up and kind of just shout, "Oh my goodness, someone brought a bird on the plane."
The family of 6 that Winnie has just flown over starts like yelling a bit, and they're like putting their hands over their head as Winnie flies around terrorizing them. The kid is just kind of watching Winnie, and the smuggler, his mouth is open in amazement, and you just see this gleam in his eyes as it turns into the widest grin you've ever seen. And
I need to kill
Anton.
That was weird, I say. There was bird in here.
Who do you say that to?
Just in general, you said a couple people were watching.
Oh yeah, there's from first class. There's the lady drinking, the old lady drinking wine, and the guy who's on the phone. And as Winnie escaped, he just kind of put like a hand to one ear, and he keeps talking about markets, something.
I take the now empty cage out of the compartment, put the trench coat wrapped cage in its place, close the compartment, and I say, I found cage. I found cage that bird came out of. And I run into coach.
As you say that, the lady drinking wine, she's like, "Oh, what cage?"
I don't know. Bird came out. There was cage. I need help catch bird.
Oh.
And I continue moving into coach.
Okay. She okay. If that's what you do, sure.
In coach, I want to take like a really quick, just like head on a swivel look around to see what the stewardess is doing before I rip off my coat to try and catch this gosh darned bird.
You don't have a coat.
I don't have a coat. Oh, that's right. My friggin' friend
Aaron
Anton
just
stole my coat.
Anton just stuffed it into a cage.
Okay. Well, that kind of destroys that plan. Oh, dang it. I guess. Okay, cool. Well, then, like, head.
There, you know where you can find a coat.
True.
The guy who's wearing your coat currently, Mr. Previously of Fedora. I got mixed up. Aaron has the Anton had swapped them.
That's right.
So your coat is currently on guy wearing your coat.
The man who previously was a noir detective and is now Indiana Jones's father.
The man who's got a giddy smile as he kind of stands up slowly and just stares at the pale, expensive parrot flying around causing chaos. Oh, and by the way, the steward runs past towards the air marshal.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm gonna like cower almost, and like shriek something about like, not birds, and run towards the back of the plane, towards the cargo hold.
Okay, you do so. As you pass, you notice the steward talking to the air marshal. Anton.
Weird bird came out of place. I found cage. I catch bird. And I try to catch the bird.
Who do you say that
I'm just announcing this. Just so people know this ain't my bird.
I am narrator of my own story.
People know I'm totally innocent. Have nothing to do with this bird.
True.
The people have to know.
Okay. Well, the problem is he's flying above this family of 6 and kind of terrorizing them a little bit. So you kind of have to get in the way of them.
Okay.
By the way, Percy is supposedly just right overhead.
Oh, okay. I am sorry, loving family. I had family once. As I kind of walk and sort of like reach over, and I'm like getting in their way. And then I'm like, maybe there is something in this compartment that will help me catch this bird. And I crack open this overhead compartment just a tiny bit, just to see if what's this bird's name again?
This is Percy.
Percy.
Green
to see if
and
Percy's
massive.
cage is still locked.
You can't really see inside of it.
Are these bird cages conspicuous?
I mean,
I have this image in my mind of a bird cage. It's just like a wire cage. Anybody who saw it would immediately see a bird, but like that's
it's like a Tweety bird cage.
We are the world's
so we just
worst
have it in the overhead compartment.
smugglers.
Sorry, what, Aaron?
Somehow we got it in here, but it's just in this compartment like that.
I mean, who's gonna check overhead luggage?
That's true. I'm just Trench is right. We're the world's simultaneously worst and best smugglers.
No, it's like the open and closed compartments, not like the just shelf.
No, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
for sure.
I
for
get
sure.
that.
For sure. I'm just like dreading the fact that if I open this with no other diversion, there's a good chance that somebody will just see the other bird here.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna focus on catching this one bird. I'm gonna leave the one with Percy closed.
You know, maybe if you're precise, you could check. You could check precisely and quickly.
Okay.
But it is dangerous.
I'm gonna just super quick open and close and see if Percy's in there. If the cage is still shut.
Please roll twice.
Here we go. And am I taking the worst of the two rolls?
What are your two rolls?
Well, the first one was a 16, so I'm taking the worst. I already lost.
Yeah.
Second one's a 2.
Ooh.
Well, hey, you've passed 2 charm checks that you really shouldn't have passed. So you know.
Yeah.
Sad. Oh goodness. Again, this is the other. Again, it's not the worst terrible outcome that could have happened. But no, what does happen is right as you try to open it, Winnie flies up and kind of like hits you a bit and like kind of just very lightly annoys you. But that's enough for you to accidentally kind of throw your arm up a little bit to open the compartment just a bit. And out flies Percy. I'm gonna mark in number 2
oh my goodness.
on the gun.
There are 2 birds. This is so confusing to me.
The family screams even louder as now there's a second bird joins the fray, and Percy flies on over to the cooler that has kind of been there the whole time, and starts kind of trying to mess with it. Anton.
Interesting. Yes.
I'm sorry, Kade.
Okay, so I mean, the thoughts going through my head as I flail my arms in quote-unquote fear as I rush towards the back of the plane is more along the lines of 2's an acceptable loss. And like, as much as I like Anton, he's a good new friend. I'm the only one who needs to make sure that I get off safe. So, I do want to check the cargo bay to make sure that no foul has befouled our favored fowls.
Okay. As you pass a few interesting items that are strewn about. There's like a large, in the back of the plane, not in the cargo hold yet.
Yeah.
Like an enormous metal thermos. There's like a very large stuffed animal. You see a pen, and as you kind of like, it looks weird. You look closer at the pen, and you realize it's like one of those weird novelty, like X-rated ones. You kind of pull back. You're like, eh. And there's an owner with a dog in one of the seats. And there's also a guy just sitting like really close to the back, like right next to the cargo hold. And he's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses. And he's just kind of grinning at you as you approach.
I'm like, again, like cowering and flailing, like, oh my gosh, there's birds up front. Who on earth brought birds on an effing plane?
Oh, no way, dude. What do the birds sound like? Says Hawaiian shirt sunglasses guy.
I don't know. I mean, right now they sound like terror.
Oh, do they sound like this? He goes, ah! And from within the cargo hold, you hear 2 more. Ah!
I'm gonna like flinch.
Whoa, the echo in here is crazy, man.
I'm gonna flinch. Go. Sorry, don't do that, please. Not very fond of birds. I'm just trying to get as far away from these foul creatures as possible. You mind if I squeeze behind you? Good, sir. I'm gonna like just get behind him.
He's watching you. He's like, why are you going back there?
It's further from the birds.
Right, but like, I don't think you're allowed back there, dude.
I don't think birds are allowed on the plane. There's a lot of things that are going wrong here, dude.
Yeah, but they're just birds, man. Here, just come on, just chill out.
I'll try. Gotta remember my meditation. Now there's this one time I went to a yoga class in a mall, and I'm gonna I'm gonna like try and calm down a little bit and lean against the wall next to this guy, and I'm like, you're just kind of curiously flying from New York to London.
Yeah.
What brings you across the pond?
I'm going to a parrot convention. I'm the guest speaker.
Why would you ever want to do that.
I love parrots, man.
Touche, to each their own. I really like cards and games and chance, specifically games of chance.
Oh, nice. Like role-playing games?
You could say, I don't know, I never really got into them. I remember there was this huge craze about this weird game from some, I don't know, like mages on the seaboard or whatever. Someone said something about the devil with it, and I didn't get near it. But, holy man, I crossed myself. And I like try to look like light bulb moment. I'm like, wait. So you're really into birds and parrots specifically?
Oh yeah, I love them. They're great.
You'd say you're an expert.
Sure.
Do you think you could help catch those two maniac birds flapping about up front? I would.
Wait, there's parrots up there?
Have I not told you about the birds?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. If you did,
there are birds.
Yeah, he gets up
cabin.
and he starts running down the plane.
I take a sigh of relief, wait for him to get like 20 paces away, and then try to duck into the cargo hold.